and I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm doing a customer return.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Sunday and it's rainy. As I got get my jacket on. The first offer to pop up, it must be some kind of incentive, but it was like $12 for 7 miles, and it's So I took the risk, but then I took the next one because it's the only thing that popped up. Double shopping with a 50 pound item, probably dog food or water. $15.53 for 6.6 miles, double shopping. But I believe there's a $6 incentive, so it makes it a little bit better. But yeah, even with the $6 incentive on the first one, this one's slightly better. So yeah. But there's 2 double shopping, but it's like 16 items per person, so it's not too bad. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. All right, see you in a little bit. Well, just dropped off that little shopping. It was water. Wasn't too bad. That was mainly delivered to, and 24 pack of Pepsi. And it was to a motel. It's to the same motel that I've been to 3 times as a DoorDasher, delivering to customers inside hotel rooms. But this time it was to the main office, delivering water, bananas, and some small packs of Tylenol. And just as I finished that shopping, a pickup came up. So now, each one of these are this morning are $6 extra incentive. So, but then another shopping came up, just over $17. Let me see here. Take a look. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, $17.39 for 5.6 miles. It's a double shopping. But one customer just wants hair color. And the other customer, 69, but it also has the water also. So, but with the cart, it makes it a little easier. So, back to Walmart we go and do some shopping. See you in a little bit. Well, just finished dropping off the second shopping, but the shopping was fine, but the delivery was a pain. The first drop off, I put in there and it says go ahead and start, and then when I got to the location, it was a totally different address than what I was supposed to deliver to. And, not even close. And then I noticed that in the address, it looks like they misspelled their street name. So crud. So okay. So I canceled the route and voiced the address in. Sure enough, it took me somewhere else, but they misspelled the street name. They left out an E. But so it took me there, get there, and it was that one item, the hair color thing. So I better make sure I knock on the door, ring the doorbell, try to call. They wouldn't come to the door. I know somebody's there because there was a car parked there. That's a pickup. Not doing pickups. Not for $18 and 15 miles. So, and of course the app says you're not in the right place. Wait, well, the place you told me to go is not. I know it's not the right place because the address is nowhere near what was said. So I'm going to have to call Spark Driver Support and tell them what's going on. I tried to verify by knocking on the door, but they wouldn't come to the door. So anyway, so it's now, it looked like we had time change. I didn't realize it was time change. And of course, phones automatically update in time when I get there. Because I noticed, man, it was dark when I arrived at this Walmart this morning. And I remember, man, it was already, bright, very bright by the time I get to Walmart. And so, and even the parking light, the Walmart parking lights were turned off. They're on a timer, and it was pitch dark everywhere. So, and the reason I know is because I'm going through. I dropped off on that first drop off to the motel. I noticed the time on my car was 1 hour behind. And I said, okay, we must have time change. So, totally forgot because, everything's now on our phones. Not like in the old days where we had to change our watches. If you had a mechanical watch, change the car, change the clocks, especially the alarm, There may be a lot of people missing church this morning. Or they're an hour late because we spring forward, so we lose an hour. So for the spring you go forward, spring forward, and then in the fall you fall back. So anyway, let's head back to Walmart. I got about another 50 minutes before I stop, take a break, get me something to eat, and then head over to Anniston. But it's raining. It's warm. It's 63. But it's just a slow drizzle. I took my jacket off because I was getting hot. May switch to my very lightweight jacket. But yeah, that's like I said, I'm going to have to call Spark Support and tell them, hey, tell them the situation. I don't want to be dinged for delivering to the wrong place, but definitely where the app told me to go was the wrong place. I know that for a fact. So anyhow, well, let's head back, drive by Walmart, and don't get anything by the time I get there. Head home and wait for a little bit, and then we'll get ready for Anniston. So see you in a little bit. Just as I passed Walmart, I was on my way home. Got a small little shopping express, $15 for 3 miles. So back to Walmart we go and do some shopping. See you in a little bit. Well, that was quick and easy. All the items were, looks like, for a small child, some chewable medicine and Pedialyte drinks. Unfortunately, 2 of the 3 flavors were not available, so I had to go through 3 rounds of substitution. They had every other flavor or whatever, so the app finally got me to the point where I can substitute 2 of them. They might not be quite the same, but they're all Pedialyte, they're all the same. One's immune, enhancing and all that. But, she got three bottles, and I guess probably more importantly is the chewable medicine. Sure enough, I saw a young little boy looking like at the door. But the customer came out and said thank you as I was walking away. So I'm pretty sure I delivered to the right place, because the instructions were, it's on a state road. They're right on the state road, so it doesn't really have a mailbox. It has a long ass number. But the instructions said, the certain truck, business truck, sure enough, so, and we're right across from the Dollar General. I knew which Dollar General they're talking about. Sure enough, I get it, slow down, and then I saw that truck, and I said, okay, I'm in the right spot. So, anyhow, yeah. Still a little misty, and it's not raining hard. Just enough to be miserable. So, yeah, disconnects. If I, by chance, by some miracle, I get another shopping order in the next 20 minutes. But that's 3 shoppings in the morning. So, yeah. I don't think that last one counted as an incentive, because I think it's right after. I think the incentive ended at 8:15. Unfortunately, I got that right after. So yeah, but I got the first 2. I think were in the incentive, which was an extra $6 per trip. So that's an extra $12 today. So yeah, I'll take that any day. So anyhow, so I'm going to just go ahead and head straight home. See if by miracle I get another shopping in the next 20 minutes. If not, then I'll in the Spark here, set up to go to Anniston, and get me something to eat and prepare, and then head over to Anniston. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, it's now time to head over to Anniston. It's still a little cloudy, not really raining, a little misty. So had an early lunch. So let's see what happens. So see you in a little bit. Well, as I was getting closer to the Oxford Anniston area, I picked up shopping from Oxford. Just over $17 for 7 miles. It's got one bulky item, which is water, which I'm used to doing. And it's, take about 49 minutes to do it. I'm about 10 minutes away. Only one drop, just one customer. And it'll take me into Anniston. So hopefully get closer to Anniston, so pick up an order from there. So anyway, let's go to Walmart and do some shopping, and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that shopping. Actually, it put me out here near where I usually come in to make the to get myself close to my parents. And what do we got here? I got another shopping. This time at Anniston. $19.97 for 8.9 miles, 36 minutes. So, and how many items? Only 15 items. Yeah, I can do that. So, all right. Let's head to Anniston and do some shopping. See you in a little bit. Hello. Well, I finally dropped off that shopping, but I tell you what, the shopping was a pain. It's only 15 items, but it was a little bit of everything. Well, what's the pain was, a gentleman wanted a Goo Gone. Well, he wanted the pump spray. Well, pump spray over in paints. They didn't have it. All right, substitution. Over by chemicals on the other side of the store. Get there, not there. Substitution. Try this one over back at paints. I walked back and forth 3 times, and I also had to reset the app. Everybody, they only had one type of Goo Gone, just the bottle, not the spray. And then The app takes me, I was delivering to a campground, RV park, and the gentleman gave me specific instructions, but the app took me the wrong way. So I went backtrack and looked, and sure enough, there it was. So I got that. So anyway, now, got that out of the way. I picked up another shopping back at Anniston. Let's see here. Yeah, back in Anniston, $43.22 for 10 miles. It's going to take just over an hour. There's quite a few items, but I looked. None of it's heavy. It's just normal groceries. Lots of frozen stuff, perishables, and stuff like just normal stuff. But I haven't really gotten a decent offer all day, except $20 here for 5 miles, something like that. But this is a $40 for 10 and for an hour's work. So, and plus I'm getting down to, it's like by the time I'm done with that, it'll be 3 o'clock. So I'm hoping to get one more order after that. Probably wait for a pickup or something like that. So anyway, let's head back to Walmart and do some shopping. See you a little better. Well, I just dropped off that shopping, and I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm doing a customer return. So it looks like I'm going to pick up something, then I'm going to return it. $10 for 5 miles. So, it's just after 3 o'clock. So maybe by the time I do this, I'll be able to call it a day. So I'm heading over there. It takes about 10 minutes. I'm 5 miles away from it. So, and it'll take me closer to, so this helps me pay the trip back to Walmart. So that's something new. I've never done this. So let's see what happens. See you in a little bit. Well, I just finished that return. That was a little awkward. It's a little different. But since I'm here, I picked up a shopping at Jacksonville. This is a double shopping drop off. $31 for 7.8 miles. It's going to last an hour. So it puts me about 30 minutes past 4. But yeah, this will be my last spark. And we'll see how this is going to turn out. So let's go inside and do some shopping. See you in a little bit. Well, hi, sweetie. Hi. What's your name? What's your name? Oh, you're a pretty one. Yes, you are. You're pretty. Hi. But I don't see no cat food here today. No. Hi. You're a sweetie. Well, I'm finally done. Wow, that took longer than it was supposed to. That's because one of the customers didn't want this, because I had to do substitution. Didn't want that. There were like 4 substitutions. Of the 4, 3 were rejected. And then I had to constantly move back and forth and return the items that she rejected. So that took longer. So yeah, but $34 for 10 miles. Can't beat that. So. But yeah, my last drop-off took me over the mountain on the same side of, if y'all remember where I'm on that subdivision on the other side of the mountain from Fort McClellan. Well, I'm on the same side of the mountain there, but I came up White's Gap instead of Baines Gap. So I'm heading back towards White's Gap. Basically, it's the same mountain that I'm going across, but this one's not as tall of a gap. So, anyhow, I'm going to make my way home, and when I get there, we'll do a summary. So, see you in a little bit. Whew, finally made it home. It was a long day. That last trip really was longer than I thought. But let's go ahead and go over the numbers for today. First of all, I had a couple shopping this morning that that really got me good started. So, and also had a trip today that I'd never done before, a customer return. And I had to go to the pickup area, and an employee came out and and did the codes and all that and took the item. So anyway, so for today, the Spark confirmed earnings is $126.05, and then unconfirmed tips is $43.12. So that's almost that's over $160. That's pretty good. So yeah. So yeah, the just as the tidbit, Friday we did not go barbecue. We went Mexican. We originally thought it was going to Olive Garden, but wife said, "Nah, let's go Mexican." So okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was nice and quiet. It was long. It was a long day. So I urge you to select like on the video. If you enjoy what I'm doing with the channel, I urge you to subscribe. Also, urge you to join the membership club so you can see the weekly recaps I do. So the next one's coming out Monday. Also urge you to look at the links for all the equipment that I do, all the way from the bags to the video equipment that I use. And check out the clothing store to see all the equipment, the clothing that I wear, and also some t-shirts I sell. So anyway, like I said, gonna call it a day. We're having sloppy joes. That's what my wife told me. So taking Monday off, and then we'll do this again starting Tuesday. So y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you later. Bye.